Hey there guys, this is War Machine 395 here with a video review of what will be the 1 to 1/44 scale WildRauptier from Kotobukiya. It's from the Super Robot Wars original generation of number 18 in that lineup, in my understanding. Yeah. See here, we'll look around the box. I can't remember what exactly the price runs for, but nothing on the back. It's color on one side, and I dumped all the old runners inside the box, so it rattles a lot. That can be back there for size. So the kit out of the box looks like this. And I had best alter the focus a bit. Alright, so that's it out of the box. This is the colors out of the box. I haven't done any lining, no paint, no nothing. So that's it, right out of the box. It doesn't look too bad. It depicts the inner frame as being kind of blue on the box. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that. I might get around to painting it sometime. But it doesn't look bad, and mind you, it's accurate to its own line art for sure. Alright, so this is of course a transformable thing, so the articulation is a little wonky because of it. And it's kind of back heavy because of these, we'll call them binders, I guess. They form the wings and boosters for its flight mode. But they're kind of awkward when you're just standing. Okay, so start with the head. I'm just going to pull this hand out. There we go. Just note this wrist part here actually kind of comes off as soon as you take the rifle out of the hand. So, should probably note that. So you don't lose it if you're like me and kind of clumsy dropping things. Alright, so ball jointed head gets all over the place. The ears are kind of huge, so you got to be careful with those. But beyond that, if you're careful, you can get all the way around. Chin down, head back up that far. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. There isn't anything at the base of the neck because of all the transforming stuff on the inside of the chest. So there's nothing there beyond the top ball joint. Okay, so from there, the shoulders. This is kind of coming loose again. The shoulder armor can go up and down this much. And you can see it moves ever so slightly at the chest. Not a lot. These white parts kind of get inserted into a peg, and that's all part of the transformation system, and it kind of conceals where the chest separates, which isn't bad. So, shoulders down this far, up this far, arms can move this high, and of course rotate 360, alright, underneath the shoulder right there, and elbows, and straighten out, and actually bend backwards that much, which is a little disturbing, and forward to 90 degrees-ish. You can see that. Alright, there is this one piece here, white. You can see it. Looks kind of like a, on the strike, there's kind of an elbow guard. If that's where it's supposed to be, and you can see now where that kind of comes off. It's not actually all that loose, but I think I've been roughhousing with it. Well, that's up where it's supposed to be. Your arm doesn't get all that far backwards. It's 90 degrees at the elbow. Otherwise, not a lot of wrist rotation or sort of movement, but rotates fine. That's because of the little blue part. On that, there's one sliding part within the shoulder. See that black part slides out. That's for the transformation as well. Okay, so The binders, as you keep seeing, they drop down like this. One side, for some reason, is loose and the other is not. The wings, of course, those will move later. And these black parts open and close. Alright, so they open up. I like them better open. Looks kind of better, I guess. A little more closed, but yeah, that's about it. These wing flaps move. They tend to pop into position, just the shape of the base that makes that happen. These can open and close, wide and shut kind of thing. Alright, and get the arms up and out of the way. Front skirts are independent, though not overly articulated. They're like on a peg, they don't move like this. Basically, side skirts are on a peg as well, though the peg has a little bit of movement to it, so that's nice, like that. And other than that, they can rotate around on that. And of course, comes down to the transformation as well. Then here you can see in here. All right, the waist is one solid piece going across. So you can't get the hip waggle that you get in your HGUCs and high grades, but it's fairly stiff. Okay, I'm just going to leave that apart now. Alright, so you can rotate there, very stiff there. Alright, and then your knees, I'll try and get this out of the way. So I'd call that about 120 maybe. Alright, it's a little more than 90, but definitely not 180. Alright, the knees, the guard here pops up like this, again transformation stuff, but when you bend the knees you can see where it separates, so that's pretty good. Still a little bit, there's a gap in there, it's nice. And again, it's a little over articulated because it can bend like this. Alright, okay, ankles, the next bit, move side to side. You can see that in camera hopefully. Alright, the toe can fold down, and the heel can fold down, so you get this closed effect. The back part of the guards can open up, again transformation stuff, and these bits with the red parts can rotate, and the flap at the front open and close, and open this up again, and your foot can move this far forward, as far back. Not a lot there. And the rear skirt is, for all intents and purposes, one solid piece, as with your typical high grades. From there, as you noted from how that assembles, it does not rotate at the waist at all. So, right there. I think that covers articulation pretty thoroughly. Alright, so first off, we of course have the rifle, left it in hand. It's actually a pretty nice looking rifle. Most interesting part about it is it's kind of a parts former with the transformation. So you have a bunch of extra parts hanging around over here, handles and stuff that I am going to hopefully avoid losing. So 3 bits that look like handles, and another scope that apparently moves it off center when you're in transformation limbo. So beyond that, you have 2 hands, open palms. You have 2 closed fists. Okay, and then 2 open fists, one on the rifle, and that's it. You then have a shield. Yeah, looks pretty plain. It's very small as well. I personally don't like how it fits onto the arm because it looks like it's attached to the elbow and not actually the arm. It's kind of, so it hovers back here. You take off the end cap on the elbow piece and then you fold it down. So it's way off the arm and it looks kind of weird in my opinion. I guess you can see it in the art up here too. I guess hopefully that part, the shield, is used in the transformation or something. Then you have this nice looking base. It says WildRauptier on there, and you can have him stand there like this in all his splendor. Lean forward a little so we don't lose that. Pretty cool. Looks not so bad. That's exactly what it looks like. It's only a platform. You don't get any stand parts for, I guess, robot mode. But when you go to flight mode, you have this here. Okay, so you can see these blue parts are the bits that take up the midsection in flight mode. So that replaces the waist and the legs attached to that and fold up. So that's for flight mode. Parts former, of course. Alright. And to use that as a stand, knocking that off, you poke one part off, and this goes up on the stand, just like that. Just pops in, and that upper part is on a ball joint, super stiff, and then your plane sits on this. So it's pretty basic that way, but it does look nice, I think, with the plane. And I will try and put this back together. Okay, so that's it for accessories. I'm not going to even try transforming it on camera, because that always goes really poorly for me. I think and to be honest, I always plan to keep it displayed in robot mode anyway. It looks kind of chunky in flight mode, and I don't really like it. For size comparison, I have a high grade 1 to 1/44 scale, which is not standing up straight. So you can kind of tell from this that they're about the same size, really. Height of a can of pop-ish. Hopefully that helps people decide if they want it for their collection or not. Anyway, kit builds pretty nice. The part count is a lot higher than most high grades. I think I would compare it more to an older model master grade. Is the closest comparison I can make. They added like a. It reminded me of building master grade double Zeta, to be honest. That's the closest comparison I can make. That's what it felt like building. Plastic quality seemed a little more brittle to me. Again, I think that's personal opinion. Or the age of the kit itself, I'm not sure, but it felt a little more brittle. It's about the same thickness as your average Bandai kit. I don't see a lot of indentations where it might be stressed from the mold or anything. I think that covers plastic quality pretty carefully, or fully. Anyway, I would recommend this kit to anybody who's watched or played any of the Super Robot games, or Super Robot Wars games, TV shows. I think it's a pretty fair representation of the design, and it certainly looks pretty good. It might enjoy a bit of paint, but it looks pretty good without the paint too, without much work. And of course the accessories are pretty nice. Right. And Blue Destiny did a faceplant. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an excellent day, and see you at the next review.